In the dead of night, Israeli warships encircled the Madlin. Drones buzzed above. A strange white substance was sprayed across the deck. And then, in international waters, they came. Armed soldiers stormed a civilian boat. One by one, its passengers, 12 unarmed civilians from Brazil to Sweden, were seized and led away. There were no weapons aboard, only food, medicine, and a message. Its name was the Madlin, and its mission, to deliver aid and solidarity to Gaza's starving people. Simple, profound. In a world of cowards and collaborators, this boat dared to move, and for that, it was attacked. But the Madlin was never just a boat. It was a symbol carved into waves, a whisper of conscience breaking through the roar of complicity. Its name honored Madeleine Koulab, Gaza's first and only female fisher. At 13, she took her father's place at sea. She rowed alone in a world of siege and threat, defying not just the blockade, but history. She built a future, employing others, offering tours beneath a purple canopy. "I am brave and I have goodwill," she once said. That courage now sailed under her name. And like all those who came before, the Madlin joined a trail of bloodied hulls. In 2010, Israel stormed the Mavi Marmara, killing 9. Other flotillas were bombed, drones struck, crews detained, beaten, humiliated. Still, they sailed, because Gaza is not just a place, it is a moral frontier. On board this time was Greta Thunberg, once praised for weeping over melting glaciers, now vilified for weeping over bombed hospitals. When our complicit governments failed to step up, she said from the deck, it falls on us to do so. For this, she was smeared, called woke elite, anti-Semitic, a Hamas propagandist. US Senator Lindsey Graham sneered, "Hope Greta and her friends can swim," gleefully toying with the image of a young woman drowning in the Mediterranean. Greta's dignified reply, "We can swim very well." Even Yuri Geller, the spoon-bending illusionist, chimed in, offering psychic protection to the Israeli army, warning Greta not to underestimate the power of his mind. At any other time, it would be absurd. Today, it is pathological. In one grotesque video, Israeli children chant, "We're coming to get you, Greta," not mourning the dead, not praying for peace, but hunting a girl trying to deliver flour. This is not the voice of a confident democracy. This is a settler colony at the edge of its own delusion, armed, enraged, and spiraling. But against the noise came moral clarity. Dr. Gabor Mate, a Jewish Holocaust survivor, sent a message to the crew from Poland. He had just stood at the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising Memorial. He said, "Today you represent those fighters, that small group willing to stand up to one of the most murderous militaries in the world. Backed by every great power, you carry all of humanity with you, everyone whose hearts remain open." But what of the Arab world? The boats had sailed not from Tangier, Alexandria or Beirut, but from Italy. Egypt watched from across the water. Holiday makers cheered the boats passing with videos and e-greetings, but none boarded. Gaza, it seems, is nearer to a young Swede than it is to its own neighbors. Egypt has sealed the Rafah crossing, guarding it with soldiers as Palestinians starve meters away. Palestine is no longer the cause of governments, least of all despotic ones. It is the cause of the free. The Madlin was never a miracle, it was a model, a blueprint of what conscience could look like. What if it wasn't the only boat? What if thousands set sail from every Mediterranean port? What if fishermen, sailors, students, parents rose to say, "Not in our name, not on our watch"? What if the sea became a corridor of conscience? In 1940, civilian boats crossed the channel to rescue trapped Allied soldiers. No orders, no permission, just courage. And history remembers. What if Gaza had its own Dunkirk? What if people everywhere refused to stand by while a people is starved, slaughtered and erased? And remember this too, on this very day, the 8th of June, 58 years ago, the USS Liberty was attacked by Israel in international waters. 34 American servicemen killed, 171 wounded. Washington covered it up. It still does. The same sea that ran red with American blood now receives the Madlin. Then it was sailors, now it is activists. Then it was lies, now silence. Israel bulldozes law, flattens hospitals, burns children in tents and shrugs because no one stops it. It has US bombs, a US veto, a complicit Europe, a cowardly Arab world, and a hollowed Palestinian elite. But we are not helpless. We are not fated to watch through screens while a people is erased. What is at stake is not only Gaza, it is the world we're becoming. Do we want a world where genocide is rebranded as self-defense, where starvation is strategy, where the truth itself is targeted? The Madlin is a mirror. It shows us who we are and who we could be. As Rima Hassan aboard the Madlin wrote, "When they arrest us, I will look at them as Al-Arabi bin Mhidi, the great leader of the Algerian Revolution who was executed by the French, looked at the colonizers of his land, calm, assured of liberation. We think we are liberating Palestine, but it is Palestine that liberates us." As Al-Arabi bin Mhidi once said, "Throw the revolution into the street, the people will pick it up." Today, it has been thrown into the sea. Will we follow?